Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Kyra, and here on this channel we absolutely love our makeup. We're also on a journey here to use our makeup, track our makeup, and most importantly love and adore and get to know our makeup really well. And one of the ways that I do that personally is through project panning. And today I'm here to bring to you my update for Project Level Up. So if you're new to this project, this is how it works. The project was created by Sophie Alexandra, and it's kind of like a combination of a few eyeshadow projects. It is a super fun project. Today I am definitely leveling up, so stay tuned for that. But basically, you have a palette, you put it in, you start at level 1, and in level 1, you will use every shadow in the palette one time, and then you will hit one pan, and then you can roll it out. Level 2, again, you'll use each shade 2 times and hit 2 pans, and so on and so forth. So today I am leveling up from level 2 to level 3, and I'm very excited to share with you my pans as well as the palette that I'll be rolling in. So let's get into it. So I didn't realize I had had this palette in the project for so long. Now granted, this is a background project for me. My main eyeshadow project this year is No Pan Left Behind. I just want to touch and use every single shadow in my collection. But this is a great background project where I can not only get some use and also use these No Pan Left Behind style, but I can also hit a couple of pans this year and continue to make progress and a dent in my eyeshadow collection. So Carli Bybel has been in since May 15th. I had a hard time believing that, but I wrote it down, so it must be true. So I did pick out this palette myself. It's one of, I think this is the last of my ABH palettes that doesn't have a pan in it, and I was able to hit 2 pans. As you can see here, the shades that I hit pan on were Boli and Chai. I honestly didn't think I'd be hitting pan on either of those. I thought maybe I'd be hitting pan on Mandala or Moo or maybe even Bear over here. So for the shade Boli, which is the first shade in the palette, it did take me 7 uses to hit pan, and I did that on July 8th. For the shade Chai, I also had to use it 7 times to hit pan, and I have used it 1 time since then, and I did hit that pan on July 30th. So the rest of them, I will tell you, obviously they all got 2 uses, but let me point out the shades that I used more than the 2 times. The shade Bible, I used 3 times. The shade Mandala, I also used 3 times. This dark matte shade at the end of the top row is Bowie, and I used that one 6 times. Again, the shade Bear, I think is the shade I used the most. I used this shade 9 times, and I did not hit pan, but I was going in with this kind of like wispy brush and using it on the inner corner, so I wasn't using a lot of product. The shade Moo, which is my favorite gold eyeshadow, I did use 4 times, and then Cindy I used 3 times, and all the rest I used their respective 2 uses. The most challenging shades for me are these 3 here. First of all, I hate red eyeshadow. Absolutely hate it with a passion. I am going to strive not to roll any more red eyeshadows into this project. If I have to use it once in my No Pan Left Behind, so be it, but I don't want to have to use it more than 1 time in this project. So the shade Stev, again, it's kind of a red matte. Aura is kind of a red cranberry shimmer, and then OA is just, it's so close to Jody right here. It just has more glitter in it, which honestly with this type of formula just means more fallout. So I did not really enjoy using that shade, but what I did was just kind of lightly tap it over Jody here. So those were the shades that were the most difficult to use. And like I said, I was kind of surprised that I didn't end up hitting pan really on a shimmer. I mean, this one is like a satin, but it's not a shimmer. I thought I would hit pan on Moo and Mandala, but I am happy that this palette has seen a lot of love from me, and now I can happily put it back in her collection of sister palettes, and they all have pans now, so that's very exciting. Rolling into level 3, I chatted this out with my girl Angela. You know Angela, she's Curly Girl Angela G, and she's always linked in my description. I was talking with her, I was hemming and hawing myself. The thing about moving on to level 3 is it's also time for me to be thinking about things I might want to roll in for levels 4 and 5. And, you know, those are going to be the most difficult. Obviously, this took me almost 3 months to complete the Carli Bybel palette. And part of that is because I'm also doing No Pan Left Behind. But ultimately, the palette that I chose for my level 3 is a palette that I love. In fact, I love it so much, I did a 1 month, 1 palette with this palette at one point. And so it does have some good usage on here, and that's partially why I'm pulling it in. But it is the ABH Cosmetics Avocado Toast palette. I really love this palette. I love everything about this palette. It's very reflective, so, you know, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about that. But it is a beautiful palette. I'll of course put up the before pictures. I do have some slight dips in here. I have a dip in lemon pepper and green juice, as well as paprika. I used a lot. There's definitely a good amount of disturbance on pink salt. I think avocado up here would be a good and easy shade to hit pan on. And that's partially why I picked this palette. It does have quite a few more shadows than palettes that I'm thinking of for levels 4 and 5. But these would all be shades that'd be very easy for me to use 3 times. There's not a single shade in this palette that I don't like. And that was part of the problem, I think, that caused this to drag out probably a full month longer than it really needed to, was because I had those red shades and things in there that I don't like. But I love this palette. Every single shade is gorgeous, and I can't wait to work on this. I cannot wait for to get 3 uses, but also to see 3 pans. I don't believe I've hit pan on any BH cosmetic palettes in the past, but I've gotten really close, and I know the pans are not super deep, so I would love to hit pan on at least 1 matte, but that's a wish, not a, not a rule. I'm excited, and I think this is a great color story for the end of summer and moving into fall. Got the greens, you've got some warmth in here, you have some blending shades. I just think this is going to be really beautiful, and I'm excited to work on it for however long it takes. So that is my update. Let me know down below, are you doing this project? What level are you on? Are you thinking about your future levels and kind of planning things strategically? Because I am. I am thinking that one of my, not Carli, but one of my other ABH 14 pan palettes might be rolling into this project for either level 4 or 5. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Have your notifications turned on. Leave a comment, a like, and I hope you are having a great day so far. And I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days. And I will see you in my next video very, very soon. Bye.